You're Locked On Devils, your daily podcast on the New Jersey Devils. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, this is Bryce Salvador, and you're Locked On Devils with Trey Matthews.
Scores! Oh, Steven stepped up, nailed him. Brodor's got the puck. What a shot. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
Alrighty now, what is up, New Jersey? Welcome back to the Locked On Devils podcast here at the Locked On Network. I'm your host, college hockey play announcer, Devils Wire Pucks Pitchforks, and also part-time credential media member, Trey Matthews. I hope you enjoyed the episode from earlier today in which I talked about the more notable selections that the Devils made during this year's draft. It is June 30th as I am recording this bonus episode. The floodgates will hopefully open within the next few hours. Fingers crossed. Development camp is underway. It's crazy that there's not really that much hype surrounding development camp. It seems to lessen year after year after year, but that's a talk for a different time. It is the final day of June, so I will leave you guys with a bonus episode featuring a couple press conferences that I was able to pick up while in Los Angeles. We'll play Matthew Schaefer and then Ben Kevan. Hope you guys enjoyed today's bonus episode, and without further ado, take it away.
Congratulations, this is awesome. I'm sure you've dreamt about this moment for your whole life. Did it track anything at all? Was it not the way you expected it? You essentially went out and talked to your general manager on a Zoom call. Is that a little weird? Is that not the way you expected it to be?
No, honestly, draft's a draft. I'm, just honored to be picked, and I've dreamed about it my whole life. So to hear your name called, it's pretty cool. As you guys could see, I couldn't control the tears. Obviously, thinking about my mom a little extra today. I know she'd be very proud, and I'd, love for her to be here in person. But obviously, cancer sucks. So she's with me in spirit. So I know she's, not suffering, and she's happy, smiling down, and always with me.
Left side, back row.
Congratulations now that you're an Islander. Just your thoughts on joining the team, the franchise, and going to New York.
Yeah, it's such an honor, and especially be the first overall pick, and, Matthew Darsh's first pick. So happy for him, to get the GM job, and very honored to be his pick. But I've heard so many great things about the organization, the team, the players. I know Bo Horvat really well. He heard a lot of great things, a great leader. So I heard they have a great room. They have, very skilled players. So I can't wait to, get there this week and train. I'm looking forward to it. A little too excited, I'd say.
Right side, fourth row.
Hey Matthew, congratulations. Hey, did you know they were going to put that ribbon on the jersey for you?
No, I did not. I didn't even know I was going to get picked. So to hear your name called, it's pretty cool. You really don't know until they say your name. So it's pretty cool. And this is how high class organization is. To do that for me, it means a lot, and it goes a long way. And a lot of people can say, oh, it's just a ribbon, but it means a lot for me. And my mom's a big part of my life, and this jersey I'm going to hang up for sure. And that ribbon has a little extra meaning to it. So yeah.
And how do you see the job now? You've been drafted, now you're an Islander, right? Well, the big job is coming up for you, right?
It's only starting. You getting drafted, it's, a good step in the process, but it's just starting. When things like this happen, it's really good, but I want to go back to the gym and on the ice and, train and work as hard as I can. So, when the end of summer comes and this season comes, I'm ready to, play at that NHL level. So now, it's great. I'll enjoy tonight, and obviously, though, the work starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. Draft's over, and then, you put your work boots on and get to work.
Right side, second row.
Matthew, congratulations, brother. It's so amazing, and I can speak for everybody in Erie just how special the person you are. Being your time in Erie with the Otters, how do you think that's helped you the best develop as a player and as a person, because you've touched so many lives there?
Yeah, it's helped me so much. I'm so happy. My journey started off in Erie, and it's helped me so much throughout the way. Whether it's, Billets, all our teammates, our organization, rest in peace, Jim Waters. He was my owner. He passed away. And, Sheila Waters, his wife, they've done such an amazing job with the team, and they will do anything for us to help, anything though. So they're amazing, and, such a high-class organization. So it's helped me so much. I'm obviously going to miss it, but, yeah.
Right side standing. Matt, can you just describe the moment of hearing your name called?
Yeah. very, very, such an honor. Like, hearing your name called, it's every kid's dream to get drafted to the NHL. And, this week hasn't felt, too real. And then when I heard my name called, I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is real. So I'm still a little speechless. But yeah, like I said, wish my mom could be here, but such a great night. They ran it super, super amazing. So to have your first draft and to go first overall, it's such an honor, but it's amazing.
Other one standing on the right.
Matthew, congratulations and welcome to LA. I've been doing this for over 50 years in this town, and it's great to have the draft here. I want to know, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you since you've been here in this whole process?
Yeah, nothing really crazy. I mean, it's nice. I went to San Diego first. Everyone, loves San Diego, so we went there. I got to, see a bit there, and then came to LA. I mean, nothing's crazy, just very busy. We got to golf at Riviera, so it was nice. I shot 99, broke 100, so I'm a little happy with that. But yeah, I'll take it on a good course too. So yeah, it's amazing. It's been such an amazing experience. But yeah, I guess I got to work on my golf game a bit. But no, other than that, everything's really good.
Right side, second row.
Matthew, right here. Pleasure. Number one pick, to whom much is given, much is required. What are the Islanders going to get out of you?
Yeah, obviously on the ice. I think a lot of you guys have seen me in my, the whole season I played. No, only 17 games. So, yeah, obviously the on-ice ability, a two-way defenseman that can play in all three zones, PK, PP, whatever the coach needs me to play. But I want to be a two-way defenseman that can play all around. And then off the ice, obviously, I like to get involved with the community, whether it's, going to skate with kids. I mean, I'm still 17 years old, so, I'm honestly still a kid too. So, just doing that, giving back to the community, doing a lot of foundations. With everything with my mom, I love doing foundations, and I like to get involved in the community a little extra. So, yeah, but honestly, lead on and off the ice. So, I love to talk. So, if you run into me, I'm probably talking to you for, you think 5 minutes, but maybe an hour. So, yeah, you run into me, I'll always say hi to you, I'll talk to you. So, yeah, whether I'm in New York or anywhere, you guys do so much, and you guys put a lot of hard work in. I think that, people don't see that side, and, we see it, of course, with everything. So, to give you this time, it means a lot.
Left side, second row.
Matthew, congratulations. Just first off, what is your message to Island fans now that you are an Islander? And how excited are you to get to Long Island for the development camp?
Go Isles, go! No, can't wait. It's an honor. All the Isles fans here, before taking pictures with them, they're amazing. They're doing chants, so you can see how tight-knit that, group is with the fans to everyone, and they care so much, is what you want behind you, when you're playing at home. So can't wait to get started. That's, the biggest thing. I can't wait to get started, and can't wait for this, long journey together.
We'll take a couple more, right side, front row.
Hey, Matthew. A lot of rivalries in the Metro, including the Rangers, Devils, Flyers. Which team are you the most excited for to play against? And did you have any extensive knowledge on one of those teams that I just listed?
I'm saying Rangers. I heard there's a big rivalry, so I wanna play against the Rangers, and I want to beat them every time we play them. So I know there's a big rivalry. So yeah, I heard they don't like Rangers fans as much. So I think getting that extra wins means a lot, and it's respect too with the fans. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about that rivalry and play against them.
Left side, back row.
Hi Matthew. Congratulations on this. We saw the emotions flowing. Obviously, we saw the tears in your dad's eyes as well. Just what was that like for you, even to share it, with him? I imagine the last 24 hours have been kind of a whirlwind. And then on top of that, do you feel like you can make the Islanders opening night lineup this fall?
Yeah, so to start off, I don't usually cry as much as my dad and brother. So my dad's like, you won't cry. And then, I'm kind of biting my tongue, and my name gets called, and then they start flowing out. So obviously happy tears. I just, wish my mom could be here. I think that's the biggest thing with the tears. And my dad and brother are a little more, they get a little more sad more than me. I love talking about my mom. I think that's a big thing. But yeah, I guess the tears got the best of me today. But yeah, obviously this summer's gonna be very big for me. Working out on the ice and in the gym with, NHL guys, being in a day-to-day routine with them. So I want to be at that opening night roster, and the work starts now, and I'm gonna work as hard as I can so I'm in that opening night roster.
Last one, right side, third row.
Matthew, you said this week kind of didn't really feel real to you. Does it feel real now call, you know where you're going. Does that make it a little more real?
Yeah, it does for sure. Like I said, you look up to this as you were a kid, and to hear your name called, it's pretty cool. It's still going through my mind. It's still getting processed, but it's pretty cool. Like when I see family and I see my dad and them after this, I'll probably they'll get some more tears. Maybe I will too. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I talked to Matthew Darsh, and he said I got him crying. So yeah, it's so real, and it's such an honor to be an Islander.
Thanks a lot, Matthew. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Before we continue with today's bonus episode, I want to see you guys make some extra money. So let me tell you about FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You've already been following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. It's easy to use, fast to pay out, and makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. Whether I'm placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet ride into the ninth inning, FanDuel makes it easy, and it also makes me feel like I'm a part of the action. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. If your first bet wins, open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Please remember to always gamble responsibly. All right, let's get back to today's bonus episode. Take it away once again.
Follow their team quite a bit, especially with a guy like Jack Hughes in the organization, a player that, is an American and someone who all American kids look up to. And so being able to be able to say that I'm in that organization with a player like that, I'm super proud of it, and I just can't wait to get going.
Did you know that they had some interest in you heading into the draft?
I talked to them at the combine. It was a bit hard to gauge, but it's hard to gauge for anyone. But I knew that it was a team that I would have really loved to go to, and I was fortunate enough to get picked by them.
I know you're obviously high-end skilled. They're a very high-end skilled team. Do you think that kind of matches well with the way you play?
Yeah, I think I can really keep up with a lot of their players, especially with the way I skate and the way I can play and the way that people can play off me. So I'm excited to see how the fit goes.
What are some areas of your game that you'd like to improve upon? Obviously, I don't know if you're going to development camp, but some areas that you'd like to get better at?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest one for me is just getting stronger, I think. Just being an 18-year-old kid, I, of course, want to make the NHL, and I think I just need to be bigger, stronger, and just be able to play against grown men.
How would you describe your game?
I would say I'm a high-energy, high-paced winger that's able to get up and down the ice quickly and use my speed to not just get pucks into good areas, but also to get pucks back, stay on the forecheck, run a back check.
You're committed to ASU.
Yeah.
ASU alone as
yeah.
well. So what about the program really stood out for you? Why'd you commit to Great Powers and all of them?
Yeah, I think just the buy-in that they had, not just into me, but everyone that they've committed and that they've talked to, I think that's something that's really special about them. And I think I really wanted to win a national championship with Coach Powers and Coach Dana and all those guys, and I'm really excited to get going.
You talked about Jack Hughes. Did you have any other role models that you tried to model your game after?
Yeah, the biggest one for me is Tomas Hertl. He was a Sharks guy for a while, and growing up from that area, he was someone that I always looked at as being, one of my favorite players, and I always try to emulate the things that he did and try to put into my game.
Did you reach out to Josh Stone or Joey Decor, also ASU alum who are currently in the NHL?
I talked to Robert Mastronome. He's on the Marlies right now currently, but I mean, he went through it all, and it was nice to hear his input on everything, especially trying to find my way with committing, and I think he was one of those guys who could really help me sway, and I think, so it was really nice having that input.
Can you talk about what it was like to get back on track after your injury?
Yeah, it was a bit difficult, just derailing a bit, and it got me down for a little bit, but I had to just recover. I took a week and a half, 2 weeks to just let my wrist heal, and I think it was pretty smooth, it just took me down a bit, but.
I mean, because you heard it so early in the year, and then, you probably, you're not expecting that, so you had to overcome that.
Yeah, it was very, very early. I mean, it was the second period of the second game of the year, so it was definitely difficult, but I feel like I overcame it pretty well and just got back on track pretty easily.
How important has the USNDVP been in your development from a young player to where you are right now?
Really good, just being able to play with some of those players and kind of seeing how they, treat the game and how they go throughout their day-by-day life. I think it was something that was really eye-opening for me to see.
before about, being from the Fairfield area. What's it like being a kid from an area that maybe is not known for a lot of hockey, but being at the stage now?
I think it's really special. I think, Fairfield's a small city, and I know a lot of people over there are cheering for me, so I'm really happy to be that just first player to do something like this, and I hope that many kids go to follow and hopefully surpass me and go in the higher area. So I'm really excited to see what I did here is able to hopefully push on to the next generation.
How did you get involved in hockey? What was it that sparked your interest?
My dad was really big into it. He was more into the fighting of it than the hockey, and he'll always be open about that. But he loved the sport, and he got me into it at a young age, and I've fallen in love ever since.
I mean, there's a lot of ice rinks around Fairfield, or did you have to do a lot of travel?
There is one 20 minutes away at a city called Vacaville, so I was very fortunate to have a rink close enough to me. Some kids aren't as fortunate where they'd have to commute for an hour 30 in heavy California traffic to get there, so I was very, very fortunate.
What do you think is mature, or in what ways have you matured over the past couple of years playing junior hockey? I know you moved away from home when you were younger, so you've been a little bit more mature than most.
Yeah.
But what can you say about the past 2 years that's really helped you?
I think the biggest thing for me is just knowing how to grow on my own. Just even when I lived in LA, I still had a real I lived with a teammate, so it wasn't completely like I was just moving in a whole different place and getting to meet someone for the first time and completely turning a new page. But I think when I moved to Des Moines, I got to meet my billet mom, Kelly. I think she did such an amazing job of just helping me grow as a man and as a person. I think that's really what helped me the most, and that's how I grew the most, just becoming more of a man and just a better human and all that stuff.
And you mentioned Robert Mastro-Simone is actually a Long Island guy.
Yeah.
So is he going to help you learn about Newark, New Jersey, and maybe things you don't know about New Jersey Devils organization?
Yeah, hopefully I'll get in touch with him again, and hopefully he'll be able to tell me some of the cool things that are in the area. But my roommate Blake Zielinski, of course, the 08, he's from the Long Island area, so he'll hopefully be able to show me the ropes a little bit too. So I'm excited. I know a lot of ties there. So.
Will you be at development camp?
Yeah.
Have you talked to Potter? He was selected last night by the Flames, I believe.
Yeah, I talked to him. He's really excited, and he's just one of those kids who he's ready to work no matter who picks him, no matter where he gets picked. I'm really happy that he was able to get picked in that first round because I know that was a goal of his from the start of the year to now, so I'm really happy for him.
What's this week been like for you? Maybe some nerves, some excitement, being here. I don't know if your families, I assume they're here as well.
Yep. It was definitely a lot of nerves and a lot of excitement. I think just finally hearing my name getting called, and especially by an organization like the New Jersey Devils, it was a breath of relief, to be honest. And it felt like just so much weight came off my shoulders, and I'm just really excited that I finally know what team really, really wants to take a chance on me and really wants me to develop in their system. So I'm excited.
How's the Des Moines Buccaneers system just helped you develop and get ready for college and get ready for being a pro?
Yeah, I think just the way that they handle not just on ice stuff but also off the ice. I think with their workout schedule, their skating schedule, I think it's a very pro-like schedule, especially with the way that they handle practices and what we do each day. I think they have a really good system of one day we're going to work really hard and we're going to battle against each other for maybe an hour 30, and then maybe the days leading up it's more of a relaxing, more a team-oriented, things like that. And I think that really helped me just grow and just learn how, it's going to be at the next levels.
Just your initial thoughts, what it was like to hear your name and kind of walk up there and be greeted by Kate Madigan and crew.
Yeah, it was such an unbelievable experience. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I've always dreamt of being drafted, and hearing my name get drafted by a team like New Jersey and a team that's, very, very coveted and a team that's going to be really good for a while, it was the best feeling in the world. I was trying my best not to tear up and start breaking down right there on stage. But yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling.
And who do you have there with you?
I have, what do you mean? Oh,
family? Family-wise. Yeah, family-wise.
I have my mom, dad, sister, and my billet mom, and then my grandparents.
It's so I like that you mentioned your billet mom, because we often, talk about family members. How important has that relationship been to you, and why was it important for you to have her there with you?
Yeah, I knew right away that she had to be someone who was there with me. She was pretty much my mother for 2 years. I know nothing will ever compete with the actual mother that birthed you, but she's as close as can be, and I couldn't have never been more thankful for what she's done for me and for the other kids I've lived with. And I knew that I had to have her here and have her share that moment with me and my family, because she is at this point, and she means the world to me.
You mentioned, the excitement of New Jersey. Clearly, you know a little something about the team. What does excite you fundamentally about the organization that you're joining into, and maybe some of your conversations you had with New Jersey?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is how good of a young core they have. I mean, I know both Hughes brothers are both fairly young, and those are two American guys that pretty much every American looks up to. I mean, don't let anybody tell you differently. Like those are two of the highest talented guys. So I mean, I'm just really excited to be a part of it.
Thank you, Amanda. We'll go to Bill Douglas, NHL.com.
Oops. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Couple questions. First, I mean, playing for the national team, going to an organization that has players with the national team pedigree. How do you think that helps you?
I think it's going to help a lot. I think just having people who have shared the same experiences is going to be really big for me. And I think that's going to be a really easy way to, bond with people very quickly, because at the end of the day, we've all shared the same experiences, even though I just went through it, and maybe someone like Hughes has gone through it maybe quite a few years earlier. So I think it's really great.
Oh, and in terms of that legacy, I mean, you scored a pretty important goal. So
Yeah.
you sort of come in there with a little bit of bragging rights, right?
I mean, a little bit. Of course, I would have wished it was a gold medal scoring goal, but I mean, any medal's a medal, so I'm still really excited, and yeah.
So, what's your timeline? I mean, where do you think you are in terms of being NHL ready? What more do you have to do?
I really just play it by ear. I know next year I'm going into Arizona State and starting my first year there, and I'm really excited, and that's what all my focus is on right now. But I'm gonna be in touch with, of course, the GM and all the development coaches, and I'm really gonna work with them and try to get myself as ready as possible as soon as possible. But as of right now, I don't necessarily have a set in stone timeline. I really just want to play it by ear and play it year by year.
Has made his mark playing internationally with Team Germany. This guy has gone to camps in each of the last.
Thank you, Bill. I'll open it up if we have any further questions. All right.
I'll go for it.
Oh, go ahead, Amanda, for your follow-up.
Thanks. Just wondering if you can maybe elaborate more on and describe kind of the type of play and player you hope to be. And I know it's tough to say like NHL comparables, but maybe someone that you've specifically looked up to over your years growing up in hockey.
Yeah, I think I'm a really good, fast, high-paced, complementary player that's able to play off of a lot of high-end players, and I think a good comparable for me would be someone like Troy Terry. I think he's not necessarily looked at as a mega superstar, but he's always there, always putting up consistent, good number of points, and he's always a player that makes the players around him better, and that's what I plan on being.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll have one last one, actually, Ben, from Matt Blittner. Go ahead, Matt.
Thanks, Pete. Ben, congratulations on getting drafted. Just, with your connections through the national team, through the national program, have you at any point reached out to any alum of the national program, whether they play for the Devils or they play around the league, to help you prepare mentally for the potential jump to the next levels in the NHL?
I think I've skated with a few, and I've definitely talked to them about like what it takes and how hard it is, and I've gotten some really good feedback, and I'm just really excited to take what I've learned from them and go forward with it.
Can you give us an example of one of the things that you've learned from them?
Yeah, I've asked Brendan Brisson a few years back, just getting started, like, how was it? Because that was, I think, a year or two after he got drafted, and he was finally starting to kind of make his way into the league. And so I was really, really thankful for him giving his time to me and helping me answer some of my questions.